It's time for another episode of the Film Room, and today we're going to take a look at LSU offensive tackle Will Campbell. Will Campbell is arguably the top-rated offensive lineman in this 2025 NFL draft class, and if you look at anybody's mock draft, he is pretty consistently the first tackle off the board, and pretty consistently almost exclusively a top 10 pick by most media and fans. So what is he like as a prospect? That's what we're going to get into here. So if you're not familiar with these, I like to take different clips, different plays from his games, look at the film to showcase what type of player he is. And there's a lot of talk about Campbell. Is he a guard? Is he a tackle? Can he play tackle? Does he have to move inside the guard? We're going to get into that in this film room. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get into the tape. Now, one of the first things that I want to see out of tackle prospects is, are they able to get depth? Are they able to drop in their sets? And we see Campbell over here, left-hand side, going against a talented South Carolina defense. And as we see in this clip, he does show that ability. You know, he's not flying back out of control, but he does show that ability to drop, get some depth, and cut this defender off. And prevent him from turning that corner and getting to the quarterback. So we see that he can get depth, but what if he can't? You know, here he is going against Kyle Kennard, the pass rusher, fringe first round, probably a high second round pick in this 2025 class. And at this drop, he's looking to get depth, kind of taking a little bit of an angle out there, and he's not able to cut off the corner. The defensive end's able to get there, but he's able to have the power and the push to get him past the pocket so that doesn't affect the quarterback. The quarterback just steps up to make his throw, and Campbell shows the ability to get enough depth to not let him just turn the corner, but then we see the power to push him past the pocket to prevent him from making a play on the quarterback. All right, so I've shown you his ability to get depth. I've shown you his ability to push past the pocket when he can't get that depth. But what about his anchor? You know, here against Ole Miss, once again looking to get depth, getting some drop, and we see a little speed to power. And what I love here is he's able to re-anchor. You know, he does play a little high at times. I don't like his super high stance. And usually when tackles try to get depth, they get taller. They leave themselves vulnerable to power moves. And we see here that he gets caught initially, but I love he's able to re-anchor. He's able to reset his feet, prevent him from getting put on skates, prevent him from getting pushed back. You know, the quarterback still has to flee because he's getting pressure up the middle. But we see the evolution of him. We see that the ability to cut off the corner. We see him being able to use the power to push past the pocket. Now we see him being able to re-anchor against a bull rush. All right, and then what I like in this clip is as we're kind of tying everything together with him in his drops is the ability to redirect. So once again, it's getting this drop, and the defensive end right here, he's going to cut inside, and we see Campbell being able to redirect, see him going out, see him cutting inside, is able to get his hands on him, adjust his footwork, and then drive him down the line to allow his quarterback to get outside and to get a clean throw. And it's just the footwork, it's the quickness, and then it's just the power. I mean, to be able to move, and he used the defensive end's momentum, but he's able to ride him down the line to get him out of the way and keep his quarterback clean. All right, now that we've seen Will Campbell in his drops getting depth, I want to see him attacking. I want to see him short setting and attacking at this defense. And we see that here. We're still in pass protection. We see him on the left-hand side, and I love this clip. He's able to short set, square up this defender, and then go attack him and end up burying him into the ground. And it's that aggressiveness. I love that he got his hands quick inside. He doesn't have the longest arms. You can see that on tape, but he was quick, gets that left hand in there to jolt him. And then, like I said, I love when offensive linemen finish blocks, and knocking him on his back definitely is setting a message. This was early in that game, and he's setting the tone right there. Okay, now continue on. Once again, we're attacking here. So same thing. He goes to attack, but he gets caught off. The defensive end has a good jump, but he's able to still attack him, get his hands on him, and push him past the pocket to give his quarterback that throwing lane to the left. And it didn't matter if he was dropping or, in this case, short setting. He's able to adjust, get his hands on, and then just use his strength to push him past the pocket. All right, here against South Carolina, I showed you this when we were doing him dropping. Here's another short set, but the defender kind of doing a little bull rush on him. Not the best bull rush, to be honest with you, but once again, we're seeing Campbell just being able to absorb the contact, take the hit, take the to the body, readjust and get his hands inside, and then lock down that defender. Hey, he does have short arms. This defender was able to get his hands into Campbell's body, but I love how he kept his hands active. He took on that attack and was able to just still stick with him and hold that point of attack. All right, another important thing for an offensive lineman, whether it's tackle or guard, is the ability to mirror. And here against South Carolina, he's going to go against this defensive end. He's going to short set again, look to attack him. And he's able to engage with him, but then I love the footwork to be able to go outside, go inside, and just mirror his movements. And it helps that he's able to engage with him and get his hands on him, but just that lateral agility, the balance that you see here, he never plays off balance. He's never caught leaning. He's never caught lunging. And that really helps him, along with his footwork, his quickness, to be able to stay in front of defenders. And in this case, mirroring this pass rusher who just gets stonewalled trying to get past him. And then in this last pass protection clip that I want to show you, I think this kind of goes into, if he does end up playing guard, just his ability, his lateral agility. Here he's going to have this defensive end is going to slant inside, part of a little game to get this defensive tackle looping around. And so we see Campbell, patient, sees him going inside right away, is able to move in, but then just the awareness to pass him off and then come back out to shut off that defensive tackle who, I think they were just hoping that Campbell got sucked inside. But just that ability, once again, inside, outside, quick lateral agility. If he does end up playing guard in the NFL, you're going to see a lot of this, and he just looks so smooth doing it. So now that we've seen Will Campbell in pass protection, how is he as a run defender? And the nice thing that I've seen here is Will Campbell shows the ability to do multiple different things. Here against South Carolina, they're going to run the ball right off this guard, and Campbell's able to see, setting up. He knows that, hey, I got the holes right here. I need to get this defender out. So he sets up to go inside and then sees him coming and is able just to occupy him. Doesn't have to move him, doesn't have to maul him, just knows that, hey, this is going inside of me. I'm going to just seal off to the outside, get just a hand in there enough to just occupy that pass rusher for my running back to bounce it outside. We see another example of that here against Ole Miss. Same thing. You're going to run outside to his side, and he's able to attack at this defender and just, once again, hold the point of attack enough. He ends up getting tripped up by the massive bodies, but he's able to just get his hands inside, run with him, occupy him, and allow this running back to be able to get to the edge. Now, the nice thing about Will Campbell is he is more than just an occupy, wall, seal you off type of blocker. He also shows the power to be able to move you in the run game. So here against Ole Miss, he's got a defender lined up on top, head up on him, and they're going to want to run the ball to his side once again. And this time, he goes to engage, and he attacks at this defender, this defensive end, defensive tackle, and he's able to just shove him inside. We see that power to be able to get him in there, and then he just is able to then seal him off. And just that ability to just lift him up with that left hand, get him off balance, get him moving inside, and just seal him off. And then lastly here against South Carolina, once again running to his side, he's got the defender playing the 5 technique, his outside shoulder. Same thing, he attacks hard at him, gets his hands on him, and then just able to use that lower body strength to push him back and have that his running back go off tackle here. And it's just that ability. We see it both ways. You saw the upper body strength in the last clip. Here, you see him engage and just use that lower half body strength, his strength in his legs, just to escort him out of the club. Just move him out of the play. That poor defensive end was looking to kind of anchor in and just had no shot, having to turn his body sideways, and was a non-factor in this run. There is so much to like about Will Campbell as it relates to him being a 2025 NFL draft prospect. Here's a tackle that's sitting at 6'6", 323 pounds, multi-year starter in the SEC, was a big part of their offense a couple years ago with Jaden Daniels and Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas Jr., helping them set all these offensive output. And as I said at the beginning, he's widely viewed as the top offensive lineman in this class, likely the first one to go, and potentially a top 10 pick. But the big question is he a tackle or is he a guard? He doesn't have the longest arms. You saw that in the clips. You know, we don't have his official measurements. This is recorded before the combine, so we don't have those numbers yet. But you can see on film, you can see that the arms aren't as long. You can see that defenders are able to get into his body. But the thing I like about Campbell is he does use his athletic traits to be able to compensate for that. I mean, I'm not comparing him at all to Joe Thomas, but Joe Thomas didn't have very long arms, and he was still an all-pro, Hall of Fame caliber offensive tackle. I think Will Campbell, I think what's going to happen, whoever ends up drafting him, he's probably going to get a shot to play tackle. But I think he's one of those prospects that the team might look at him, and unless they view him solely as a guard and they say, hey, we're going to put you in at guard right away, I think a lot of teams might give him a shot at left tackle to see how he is. And if they don't like him there or his length causes them issues, they can easily slide him into guard. I think the Chicago Bears at 10 would be perfect for him just because they do have a need at left guard, but they have a kind of a fill-in right now with Braxton Jones as their left tackle, and they might say, hey, Will Campbell will put you in at left guard, get you acclimated to the NFL, and then, hey, maybe if Jones is struggling or we move off from Jones after this year, we could slide you out to tackle. But who knows? I mean, Campbell might not even make it to the Bears at 10. We might see the Jets take him. You might see the Patriots, who desperately need offensive line help. They could go after him either way. One name that's kind of really surfaced as a potential comp for him is Sam Cosmi, who was a Texas left tackle, ended up being moved into guard with the Washington Commanders and just signed a pretty nice extension this offseason. There's a lot of comparisons to those two, their playing style in college. Like I said, I think he's got the ability to play tackle, but if that doesn't work out, I think, and you saw from the film here, he's got all the makings of a guard. And I think his high ceiling, his high floor is going to make him, not only is he a talented prospect, but the floor is pretty high. So if he doesn't work out at tackle, you don't want to be taking a guard in the top 10, but at least you're not just totally whiffing on a prospect. All right, that's going to go ahead and do it for this episode of the Film Room. The best way to get this is to subscribe, so hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell for the notifications as well. While you're out there, follow me on social media, draft_Brian. Wherever you do social media, you can find me there. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Till next time.